Hello, this is Alma Sepulveda, and I am presenting today on second class citizens in South Korea. To provide a little context, the population in South Korea numbers 51.64 million. The hearing impaired population is 518,000. In the capital city of Seoul, there are just over 250,000 Koreans that are hearing impaired. Sign language was not yet an official language until the Sign Language Act passed in 2015. The first school was founded in the 1960s, yet only 6% of staff even knew how to sign. This is still the case today, sadly. Currently, there are 29 schools for the special needs community in Seoul. Korean law mandates that there must be at least one school in each province that caters to children with special needs, but this is not enough. There are too many disabled kids and not enough schools. In many cases, disabled children end up being mainstreamed into regular schools, but not all regular schools allow disabled students to enroll due to unavailable resources or staff. I also found out that no signing is allowed until the deaf child reaches 12 years old. This was rather shocking to me because through my research, I found that the infant brain's plasticity is at its most prime between birth and 4 years old. This makes language acquisition incredibly important. The consequences of an infant not being exposed to sign language are stunted cognitive growth, delayed development, inability to learn new languages. It essentially slows everything down. One example is my aunt, who did not learn sign language until she was 16 years old. She basically used pantomime gestures with her family until then. She was never educated. Now, at the age of 85 years old, amazingly, she still thinks like a very young woman, though she is sharp as a tack. It is heartbreaking to see her unrealized potential, and it is perhaps the reason why the issue of language deprivation is so important to me. Let's discuss the issue of classism. Why does it exist? History has shown us that subcultures have been ruled over by the dominant race or culture. Case in point, white supremacy. The concept of racism is a social construct. So is the notion of male supremacy. The notion that women are inferior to men stems from thousands of years of oppression. The disabled has always been dismissed in pity or ignored, but oppression still prevails. It trickles down into all classes that eventually believe that to feel superior to others is to be seen as successful. This way of thinking leaves many disabled people isolated and makes them easy targets for abuse and exploitation. So the school that we're highlighting today is called the Gwangju Inwa School, which was founded in 1961 in the city of Gwangju, South Korea. In the year 2000 to 2003, six teachers, including the principal, were convicted of sexual abuse of at least nine deaf students. Only four received time, while the other two were freed due to the statute of limitations. Four teachers were also reinstated in school, and the school closed down in 2011. The statute of limitations were eliminated later that year to no longer apply to those convicted of child abuse and abuse of the disabled. This incident sparked a novel and a movie called The Crucible. I have provided a link for you if you're interested in watching. I hope this presentation has been as illuminating for you as it was for me. It sure did make me appreciate how far we've come along as a country. It wasn't too long ago that the disabled community didn't have any rights at all, and women weren't even allowed to vote. So I do hope to see South Korean culture as a country be more inclusive. And in closing, here is a quote by the late Toni Morrison. May she rest in peace. When you get these jobs that you have been so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free someone else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. May we take better care of each other. Thank you.